My mother was born in the state of Maine in 1933 at the heart of the Great Depression. Coastal Maine is a place that attracts wealthy summer visitors, but Betty's family lived in near poverty. Their home had newspaper on the walls instead of wallpaper. Her mom made Betty's clothing from materials saved from used chicken feed sacks. In the 1940s, the poultry processing industry was the state's biggest business, and it's been said that blood and feathers ran through city gutters. Betty herself remembers seeing thousands of chickens crammed into tiny wire cages. She says the chickens looked horrible. They were often sick and covered with oozing sores. If chicken was on the family menu, little Betty was given the chore of taking the bird out behind the house to cut the head off with an axe. She'd watch the headless body continue to run around the yard. As Betty grew older, she went from being a cute little girl to a curvaceous teenager. She was the baton-twirling majorette for her high school band and enjoyed roller skating. One afternoon, 16-year-old Betty was skating at the local roller rink when a poultry farmer asked if she'd be interested in attending a new industry festival. Betty said sure. She thought she might get a free meal. As it turned out, she won the festival's beauty pageant. As she stood on the auditorium stage in front of thousands of applauding celebrants, a glittery cardboard crown was placed on Betty's head. For a small-town girl used to wearing feed-sack dresses, the event was overwhelming. Owners of a poultry company noticed Betty and took her under their wings. They gave her store-bought dresses, a real winter coat, and fancy swimsuits. Dining at the wealthy owner's elegant summer home, Betty tried her first gourmet food, borscht, a cold pink Russian soup. After grooming Betty, the poultry company owners entered the 16-year-old in a second festival pageant, the first of many broiler festivals to be held in Belfast, Maine. During this pageant, judges asked Betty how she felt about the works of Shakespeare. Betty replied, "Who?" Nonetheless, she won her second crown, becoming Maine's first Broiler Queen. Someone put a live chicken in Betty's arms and pushed her in front of news reporters' cameras. Her picture appeared in all the local papers. As Broiler Queen, Betty received a prize package of trips to Massachusetts and New York City. Teaming up with Miss Maine 1949 and other local pageant winners including the potato, blueberry, and lobster queens, Betty went out on tour. The 16-year-old girl from an impoverished family flew in her first plane, a two-seater where she got sick and threw up all over the captain. She ate dinner at Billy Rose's swanky Diamond Horseshoe nightclub and appeared in a benefit show with film stars Jimmy Durante and Mae West. Betty may have been the first woman from the state of Maine to have ever appeared on television. She was promoting broiler chickens on a morning news show. Sadly, no one back home could even watch. Her family couldn't afford a TV. After her reign as the Broiler Queen, Betty attended beauty school and obtained her beautician's license. She met my father on a blind date, and they were married for 43 years. Betty was widowed in 1996. Today she's a volunteer at a senior center and library and an active member in a hiking group. She's lived all over the United States and Canada and has traveled to Scotland and the Caribbean. Her favorite place in the world is Hawaii. She still hears from reporters who ask about her experiences as Maine's Broiler Queen. I recently sat with my mom at her beautiful apartment in an upscale complex that has a fine garden and a very glamorous swimming pool. I asked Betty if becoming the Broiler Queen had changed her life. She said, "It changed me in how I saw the world. Being Broiler Queen opened my eyes about the possibilities and where I could go. It was everything."